Imagine a game where Stronghold meets Diablo. That's the essence of Dinolords, an upcoming historic fantasy game set to release in 2025. This isn't your typical RTS game, it's something entirely different. From what I've learned online through news articles, developer interviews and Steam, this game has turned out to be something players may not expect. At first glance, Dinolords might look like your average real-time strategy game, albeit with epic dinosaurs added. But it's much more than that. It's a mix of strategy, direct control and real-time action that takes the RTS genre in a whole new direction. Dinolords changes the RTS formula by giving the player direct control over a single powerful lord, who's been thrust into an alternative history of England. One where in 1002 AD, Sweyn Forkbeard, the King of Denmark, i.e. the Vikings, invaded England with an epic army of dinosaurs. The game has players build castles, manage resources and command units, but unlike most RTS games, you are never watching from above. You're right there in the middle of the action. The camera is locked onto the player's lord, giving them a direct and personal connection to every order they give in the game. This perspective might seem jarring for veteran RTS players who are used to the God's Eye view, but it's set to create a distinct and immersive experience that feels more dynamic and immediate to the player. Similar to in games like Pikmin, where you directly control your units with your main character, you must keep units within the radius of your lord to directly control them. As well as being fixed to your lord's view, players also control him with ARPG mechanics. You're not just issuing orders from afar, you're getting your hands dirty with sword and bow, leaping into battle and fending off waves of Vikings and dinosaurs. The game's ARPG style hotbar allows you to deploy powerful abilities, and the battles from gameplay footage look frantic. When the Vikings attacked, they're practically at the gates of the player before the player has time to react, forcing the player to be quick and strategic. The Lord can also venture out and capture dinosaur eggs, which can be raised in your base by building hatcheries, and then they'll eventually be able to ride the beast themselves, such as the raptor seen in the game's teaser trailer. By riding creatures, it seems players will also gain extra agility and camera movement, allowing them to quickly scout the map. Each dinosaur type in Dinolords looks set to bring its own unique challenges to the player when defending their castle. Raptors that scale walls, T-Rexes that smash through the player's defences, and specialised breeds that test their tactics in different ways. Dinosaurs aren't just in this game as dinosaurs are awesome, even though that is true. They're an integral part of the strategic gameplay. Your lord also isn't a one-man army, he still needs to command troops to fend off the dinosaur and Viking threat effectively. It's not enough to rely solely on his abilities, he needs his troops to hold the line, build defences and provide cover. While the Lord is powerful, he's not invincible. The player will need to balance his abilities with traditional RTS units and castle defences to handle different situations, making every moment a test of strategy, forward planning and reflexes. This blend of RTS ARPG mechanics has the potential to be overwhelming to the player, requiring the player to multitask between managing resources, commanding troops, and using direct control over their lord to fend off attacks and navigate the map. This could be an experience that's both thrilling and challenging to some, but highly frustrating for others. We will have to see if this unique mix truly works when the game launches next year. The town building side of Dinolords might seem conventional at first, gathering resources, constructing buildings, keeping citizens happy, the standard stuff from RTS games like Stronghold and Age of Empires, but there's a twist. The Lord can get actively involved in gathering resources and building structures themselves. Often when you start the game, the Lord will gather timber and stone personally, eventually able to recruit new citizens to automate the process, but the player is still able to jump in and help when things slow down. The game also looks set to include areas to explore, with your lord able to find things such as dinosaur eggs, which I mentioned before, and other hidden treasures like resources and unit perks. The personal touch of seeing the world directly through your lord's eyes has the potential to make Dinolords feel more connected, more involved than other RTS games of this nature. It's about more than just commanding from above, it's about players directly getting their hands dirty. While Dinolords might not be what players expect, it certainly looks set to be an exciting take on the RTS genre. By combining elements of Stronghold with the direct control of Diablo, it brings something fresh to the table. I'll be keeping a close eye on this one myself for future video updates. I mean, dinosaurs and castles are just a dream come true to me, and I can't wait for this game next year. Thanks for joining me on this look at Dinolords, and be sure to like, subscribe and hit that bell icon for more fantasy and RTS content. Thank you.